Alright, YouTubers, this is Mike again. This is the day 16 update. Got some movement in the cycle. It's going pretty well. I guess I'll start off with showing you where we're at in the cycle. Right now, and this is a, let me see what this is. This is a API saltwater master test kit. It'll do your phosphates, ammonia, nitrite, and nitrates. And then they have a reef master's kit as well. I'll get that as soon as the cycle's through and my cleanup crew starts coming through the tank. But as you can see on the far left, the ammonia has dropped all the way down. The nitrites, man, for the last weekend, since last week, those nitrites were in the 1.0 parts per million to 2.0 parts per million, and they just would not budge. Right now, we're right around somewhere in between 0.25 and 0.50, so it's starting to go down. My nitrates, it was kind of weird, and maybe you guys can comment and let me know. When the nitrites spiked, the nitrates were somewhere between 20 and 40 parts per million, and I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what the heck's going on? But they're back down a little bit now that the nitrites have backed down a little bit. But yeah, so that's where we're at in the nitrogen cycle. Getting darn close, guys and girls. I noticed, I don't know if I turn on the light on the whites. I don't know if you're going to be able to notice. Well, probably not. Oh, there we go. There's one right there swimming around. There are hundreds and hundreds of these little bugs. I don't know what they are. I've done some research on them. I don't know if they're copepods or what they are, but they're literally the size of salt, not even salt, maybe sugar. And there's hundreds of them crawling all over the glass, all over the rock. I don't know if they're good, if they're bad. Again, if you guys could comment, let me know what's going on. If they're good, if they're bad, what I should do. I'm assuming they're coming out of the live rock. And again, I don't know if you guys have watched my first couple of videos, but I went live rock, I went live sand, got the live rock from the local fish store I used to work at. It's been sitting in his tanks for a couple months. Again, let me know. Nothing new. Oh, here we go. I've been having to do a lot of top offs, and I originally went to the store and got this Imagitarium RODI water because I don't have access to RO water. So I figured, hey, I'll just go get that. And then I quickly began to realize how expensive that's going to be. So what I decided to do instead, and bear with me, guys, I'm sorry for all the shakiness, but I went over to Wally World and picked up, this is the best I could find, it's distilled water. And I've been using the distilled water for my top-offs. Now, I know consistency is key. Again, if you guys could let me know what you guys think about the distilled water as opposed to RODI, or maybe somewhere I could access RODI water. My salinity's been right perfect where I want it at. It's somewhere between the 1.02 to 1.05 range. I did supplement it with some of the pre-mixed water from the store, but it's staying pretty consistent with these top-offs. I did get a mini cleaner. Let's see if we can find it. There we go. Did get a mini cleaner. Just bought it off of Amazon. It's like 1.5 inches. It's round. pretty groovy. I was able to get all the, or most of the milkiness off from the initial setup, and I'm just storing it right in the corner, right underneath the JBJ ICF 10 filter right there. I can do a quick update on that. It has gotten a little bit louder. When I first plugged it in, I didn't hear nothing. It was just whisper quiet. I'm starting to hear a little bit of the ticking in the return pump, but you know, it's in the living room. I really don't care, and if I have the TV on, I don't hear it. But yeah, so it's seems to be running fine. Tank's still hovering at like between 77 and 77.5 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Hopefully a couple more days those nitrites will drop and the nitrates will steady out, and then we can do our water change and throw in the cleanup crew. Still haven't even thought about it. Probably two blue leg snails, and you know, an Austria or a couple snails, or I'm sorry, blue leg hermits and a couple snails. I don't know if I'm gonna do a cleaner shrimp or not. I want to do a goby of some sort, or a blenny or something like that, plus a couple of clownfish for my son. Try and keep the load light. But yeah, if you guys have any comments or suggestions, let me know. I'm gonna keep doing these updates. So if you guys want to keep seeing them, go ahead and keep viewing, keep subscribing. Hope you all are doing well, and have a good night.